Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Наши программы предлагают много языков. Пожалуйста, посмотрите suprememastertv.com/schedule. All the bodhisattvas and the Buddhas warning us that the bodhisattvas have always been there to help us all the time, even lifting us away from hell if we were repentant and sincere, and given another chance to redeem our mistakes. Some still do it again. Because habits die hard, even habit from former lives still coming back, haunting our subconsciousness. So try to resist mightily whatever we think is not good.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic or Cassis, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, Czech, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, and Thai.
今節問候珍貴嘅觀眾，我係漢群，來自安江名言嘅台灣台北。台灣有很多福爾摩沙，很多熱情嘅人民，祝你生活平和，充滿愛。台灣福爾摩沙係隻小島，遍佈大自然，神奇又壯麗嘅美景。北部地區有古城、原住民村、綿延嘅山峰、東江嘅水塚、老雕刻優秀嘅宮廟。中部地區有一系列壯觀嘅美景。過來南部地區係本島有名嘅文化中心，到今仍然保有當島早期移民處到兩位時嘅傳統。台灣福爾摩沙嘅文化多彩多姿，來自無窮樣背景老地區嘅人非常地位，像該島上嘅原住民。早期中國南方福建人、客家移民、荷蘭人、西班牙人、日本人，然後後來嘅中國大陸移民，全部對台灣嘅發展貢獻良多。客家、台灣福爾摩沙，然後中國大陸文化。融合咗一隻豐富又多年嘅文化老社會，不論係宗教、建築，也係語言，台灣樣樣都有。開面嘅觀眾，當歡喜鬧你分享，本人謙卑嘅台灣福爾摩沙。人都祈求上帝賜予你平安喜樂，長長久久。 前海无双时30多年来，用全新教理照亮世界，你为完全开悟嘅面时，传授感应法门，帮助渴望嘅求道者即刻开悟，一世解脱。所有嘅开悟面时，传授感应法门，将本人尊敬嘅世尊佛祖，本人尊敬嘅孙子耶稣基督，可敬嘅面时，又系哲学家孔子，可敬嘅主魁是那，可敬嘅面时，又系哲学家老子，可敬嘅主摩诃毗罗，绝爱嘅贤弟穆罕默德，祝其平安。是刻教天台上时，古鲁那克德福杰，还有众多。其强调恩道只要时时相念上天，为他人无私奉献，遵循依照律法，将达到人类最高个位，了悟来到地球嘅目的。前海无双时，慈悲为怀，系非凡嘅差事典范，经常援助难民、流浪汉、灾民，老需要帮助嘅人，本其物质老经济援助，用爱心服为其道。前海无双时表示，诚诚感谢绝爱嘅上帝，多年来嘅恩赐。本其能力多少为苦难同胞提供物质方面嘅帮助，服为老支持其道，要做得力行慈善，将上帝嘅爱老慈悲传达本其真爱嘅子女。前海无双时，今天所有属性嘅各方人士、团体组织。两党人老政府进行慈悲嘅年年支持，愿天堂永远保佑大家。恩道行为前海无双时，世界会斐然，也有种感谢大家，表达善意，祝大家万事如意。前海无双时，得到各组织团体、政府。媒体老各界人士嘅爱戴老肯定，要得到其道办嘅当道奖项，上届2006年故事和平奖，以奖等同东方嘅诺贝尔和平奖。1994年嘅世界精神领袖奖，2008年摩诃毗罗奖，2月22號到10月25號。全本该天作前海日、美国荣誉公民等等，其作业嘅研讨善行，多年来得到当多奖项，获得世界人当多安乐。 由於篇幅老時間有限，將原諒人哋無法列出當到其他獎項老榮耀。前海無上師，今者所有屬世界各方人士、團體組織、領導人老政府，進行慈悲嘅人人支持，願天堂永遠保佑大家。人哋身為前海無上師，世界會非然，也有種感謝大家，表達善意，祝大家萬事如意。10萬位動物發生嘅前海無上師，提倡和平愛心嘅植物認識，結果以下豐然，希望人類相互，眾生皆神聖，締造和平輝煌嘅純素世界，動物老人類共存共榮。佢用各種方式創造純素神法，將該講法傳達，而也做得現在應用嘅神法，開設愛家國際純素傳統、純素食品公司、純素皮草產品、老無上師電視台，佢也經常服務政府老媒體領袖，並參加氣候變遷實踐會議。無論世界人係唔係感覺，佢10萬影響世界人當中，分享大家現在生態動物嘅神法，並奉行慈悲之道，天下才能永久太平，救地球免得氣候變遷老天災。前海無上師多年來足跡遍佈全球，從美國到非洲、歐洲到太陽洲，對大眾老幾屆土地講經開示加百場，講到各種靈性主題。今本日人都有幸為你播出其中一場精彩嘅開示，主題係師徒之間節目，人生為讀到嘅四種眾生60之二，2019年7月14用英文開始到台灣福爾摩沙新體。
You have to watch more closely what they do for you, how you feel when you're with them, how they tell you the truth for your own good, but not arguing over petty things. How every time you're in trouble and they are around, the trouble seems to be solved or lessened, okay? And of course, enemy is the opposite. But it's very difficult to discern the enemies. But there are some tricks I can tell you afterward. We talk about friends first, yeah? And friends sometimes also very protective of you. If someone else harm you, or slander you, or talking bad about you, or doing bad things to you, they're always on your side. Okay? Enemy, of course, is the opposite. Yes. Not only they don't sympathize your trouble, they even talk to you like you are the guilty one. Make you feel even worse, like it's all your fault. Even if it's your fault, there's always take two to tango. That's what people say. Friends, they are always there when you're in trouble. Yes. And their energy will always lend you some help, even though you don't know it. And they also don't know about it. But you just feel comforted when you're around them, yeah? And you too seem to get on well in many subjects. Not all subjects, not all things. Of course, nothing is perfect in this world. Even in architecture, when they build a house, they deliberately make something wrong in some corner of your house. Not dangerously wrong, it's just something not perfect. So that the house will be safe and stay long. Yeah, I guess to make it less perfect. Yeah? So that the house will stay longer safe and make people happy inside. That's what they believe. But of course, the house alone, the feng shui alone, is not 100% safety proof or happy proof for you. You must have also the worth to live in there, and to live a perfect and a good human life according to your merit and your goodness in your heart. Some people, even if they live in a bad house, but they are so pure, so good, so everything, even bad, become good. Actually, in our group, we should also experience that. Many years ago, when I first came to Taiwan, being blind, deaf, and dumb to the world, I also didn't know much about Taiwan. Used to be also kings and queens and all that. I used to do what I want, yeah, and my order will be law. So when they say, oh, it's raining a lot, it's wet for disciple, it's sunny too hot, rainy too wet, winter too cold, autumn too nothing. So we should build a little roof for everyone, okay? We build a roof. And later they say, but the wind and the rain is still flying in. And they say, Master, we have to make some wall. But we didn't really make wall. Maybe it was just like plastic sheets, and cover, yeah, etc., etc. But then, I don't know, somebody went and reported it or something, and then somebody else came and demolished it, yeah, the so-called meditation hall. So we had nowhere to go. We just plant more trees, hoping that, like the Buddha, we sit under a Bodhi tree, we might become Buddha. We plant a lot of trees. And because of many trees, it's like a forest. In Sihu, right? It's like a mini forest. Yeah, trees are everywhere. If you're not careful, you bump into trees all the time. When you're in Samadhi and walking around, you be careful, okay? And we always have to trim the trees so that it doesn't overgrow. Otherwise, we will have no more land because Sihu is small already. Similarly, here we also have to trim, okay? Trim some people who are not really useful, yeah, for the majority and for the practice of everyone else. So we trim them, just like trees, yeah? Sometimes you have to trim some because the tree might grow too far into your house and obstruct your door or your windows, or taking up your space. You trim some. So at that time we planted many trees overnight even. Me and the monks and nuns at that time, the resident, long-term resident. And we plant also at night because sometimes we cannot wait until next day because it might be too hot and the tree will wither, and very difficult. So we have to plan a lot because we were in a rush of time also. If we don't plan it well on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then Sunday people cannot come because of the heat of dirt everywhere and trees are laying down everywhere or topside everywhere. Is also dangerous for the children, and the holes everywhere on the ground is not safe. So we hurry. So we plan sometimes all night through. And because many trees, we call it holy forest. Big hall, 森林大殿, word by word translated like that. Actually, 大殿is mean the place where you gather to meditate, to listen to master lecture. So they call 大殿, Even in the temple, they call it 大殿, mean where the Buddha statues are placed, and people come to worship or meditate if they do, or listen to the abbot speaking if he does. Yeah, so we call it 大殿 also. Actually, there's no 殿. 大殿 means a big hall. The hall is normally has the roof and the walls around it. Yeah, meditation hall or any hall like that. Just we have no hall at all. They still nostalgic from the old time when they still had the little meditation hall before. It made simple stuff like sheet of metal. At that time, I didn't have a lot of money because I did not do any designing or modeling yet. I didn't think about that. Yeah. And then we just used, very inexpensive material just to cover for the sun and the rain. But later it's demolished. We plant trees instead. Yeah. We were just a group of practitioners, didn't know much about building regulation and stuff like that. We thought, it's necessary to build, so we built. And I thought the Taiwanese people know what to do. And the Taiwanese people think Master knows everything. Master knows what to do, so okay, we build. Later, we know better, we have to apply first for permission. Nevertheless, we already plant trees. Very difficult to dig them out. They're growing everywhere already. So we call them holy forest meditation hall. And just now, they dig out one of the ancient prediction, and one of the seer, he mentioned about our holy forest. And I said, wow, that's pretty cool. So that means anything happens has a good reason. And I had to wait 30-some years to see it. We all did. We all had to wait for 30-some years to see the reason why somebody came and demolished our so-called meditation hall before. And then we have a forest, holy forest meditation hall, which fit perfectly in the big plan of the universe. Yeah, we shouldn't have built that hall in any case. But I remember now, I don't know if they still have these tapes that I was talking to the residents at that time, because they were so upset that somebody was going to demolish their house. They're not really attached. They thought it's a place, the holy place where people came and meditate, for the disciples. And why do people even come and do that? And they were thinking they're coming out and lay it on the street, to stop the bulldozer to come to demolish the hall. So I was laughing. I talked to them laughingly, saying, somebody really wants to use a human skin to protect the metal skin. Because the metal sheet, in Chinese, I say, you are using 人皮的，人皮为了保护铁皮呀。I remember saying that, but the more I don't remember, I just comfort them, and then make them laugh so much that we all laugh, and then so we didn't care anymore whether or not it's going to demolish or not. Yeah. So it was like that. These tapes probably never published, because it's just for the residents, and we just talk about this incident only, nothing much. Well, maybe it could be some lessons in it, yeah, but we didn't think. I didn't let them publish. I didn't think it's something to publish. Maybe one day they will dig it out. Yeah, because these SMTV people, Supreme Master Television and staff, they are so good. They dig out everything. They dig out many of the photos that I never thought I had. They dig out some of the talk that I never thought I even have spoken. And they dig out so many ancient predictions that I never heard of. Even many other lifetimes. Yeah, they keep digging. Wow, my God. And I also the first time seeing this. I told you the only predictions I know a little bit, not the whole thing, because it's very famous in France. I was in France, and I was studying French. So I knew some because people tell me. But I wasn't, anything wiser because I wasn't practicing anything. Yeah, so I didn't know anything anyway. So they read it and I hear it, and then they go from here to the other ear. That's it. That's the only person I knew about prediction in my whole life. And then now they're digging out so many. From Europe to America, and then now South America, and then to Vietnam, Korea and whatnot, I don't know. I'm also like you, very excited, waiting to see what else I can dig out from the treasure of the world. So now when I see this prediction, I thought, wow, so it fit perfectly. Maybe that's what it's meant to be. Lucky I didn't let the resident come out and lay on the street to do the protest. Because the bulldozer, maybe he doesn't know anything about ahimsa, no? Yeah, it could cause some problem, no? Humans might know, but the bulldozer is just a machine. You know nothing about the 5 precepts, yeah? And you don't provoke that big, strong, powerful, mindless guy. Besides, whatever happened, that's my philosophy. Whatever happens, happens. You just accept it. And maybe something good come out of it at the end. Maybe you have to wait forever. But who cares? Who cares? That's the way it has to be, then it has to be. So we learn a lot also from Lord Mahavira here, that he accepted everything. Because maybe his soul knew that this is good for humanity, for all beings. Or his soul also remember, maybe in the past lives, when he was sojourning on this planet, maybe he also did something not appropriate. And now it's his turn to reap this consequence. Even the Sakyamuni Buddha say that he was kicking the head of a dead fish. And then he had headache for some times, even after he became Buddha already. We are born in this human body, and we are not allowed to know many things. Therefore, a lot of times we do wrong, and without realizing it, especially without anyone teaching us in advance, without a wise teacher to tell us what's right from wrong. And even then, if somebody taught us, sometimes we still can do wrong, because the mind and the Maya pushing it, and our karmic background from lives coming back, also leading us astray, making us do things wrong. Or the situation force us to do something that we don't like to do, but we just have to. Therefore, all beings are really, really pitiful, very, very pitiful indeed. But in the Kristigaba Sutra, Titang Wangjing, remember, all the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas warning us that the Bodhisattvas have always been there to help us all the time, even lifting us away from hell if we were repentant and sincere, and given another chance to redeem our mistakes. Some still do it again, because habits die hard. Even habit from former lives still coming back, haunting our subconsciousness. So try to resist mightily whatever we think is not good. Because the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas warn us that if after we have been redeemed and given another chance, and if we do bad again, if it's too grievously bad, then we'll be in hell forever. No one can help us anymore. Remember that? Well, they say no one. Meaning mostly. Mostly. Maybe there's 1 or 2 mighty saints could help us. Yeah, but that took long eons, kalpas, until this person or this being came down to this planet and helped us in that situation. I mean, help once and for all, for good. But then we still had to suffer a long time already, like forever. In the old saying, they say, 1 day in prison is like 3 years outside in freedom. Okay, in hell, imagine all the suffering and the punishment and the pain and sorrow, no end. No end. Imagine how long with that sin, even though it's already like cow past or eons past already. Capish?
溫柔嘅觀眾，感謝你一同收看今晚以來師徒之間節目。人生為讀到嘅四種眾生60之二。接下來重點新聞之後，將播出智慧之二節目。靈性瑰寶精選，赫祖爾馬哈拉吉沙萬聖傑大師本門徒老求透齋愛靈性屬性。20之日，請收聽無上師天視台觀賞看得到全面嘅節目，終於仍然感受到內在年年唔愛談嘅愛老喜樂。
Gentle viewers, we appreciate your company for today's episode entitled 4 Types of Beings in Our Life, Part 2 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is from Spiritual Gems.
Spiritual Letters from Hazar Maharaj, 7th century, Vegetarian.
To Disciples and Seekers, Part 1 of 2, on Words of Wisdom, right after noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more positive programming. May you feel the river of love and the joy flowing in you always.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.